Hello everybody, this is Refresh, and I am here to start a new draft for Outlaws of Thunder Junction. It's another premiere draft, and we're just going to do the draft portion tonight because I am not feeling that hot, so we're just going to do the draft and hopefully not make too many errors in card picks. And then we'll come back tomorrow to play a little bit more, or to play with this and see how it does. So if you want to join and help me figure out what the heck I'm doing, or at least just watch as I blunder my way through another draft, then that is what I'm here for. Alright, what do we got here? We have all these cards. Bristol Bud Farmer, create 2 food tokens. A format of 5/5 with trample that you can sometimes draw cards from. That is probably good enough for me to take first. I'm passing Getaway Glamour I like Unfortunate Accident. Stable Master is nice. Back for More is fun. But I don't think that any of these really hold up to the Farmer. So we'll take the Farmer first here. I had this in sealed. It pretty much had a target on its back every time I played it. Let's see. Mystic Snake. That is a lot of fun. I don't know that I should take that. Let's see. Mill. So this kind of has a mill theme to it. And this kind of has a mill theme to it. And then when this attacks, it just can smash real hard depending on the number of creatures in my graveyard. This does want me to play green black, I think is what the color pair that it wants me to play. But yeah, I'm not taking Mystic Snake early. It's like double blue and this double green. I think I want to lean a little bit more into green because of the Bristlebud Farmer. And the Burrow Fiend is a good reason to do so. I'm passing Consuming Ashes and Giant Beaver, Prickly Pear, Explosive Derailment. These are all decent cards, but we'll just take the green card here. Now we have a Outcast, and that can actually work out to draw a card pretty frequently. I think we'd be passing Trash to Town, which is a pretty decent card as an instant, as well as Dance of the Tumbleweeds. Thunder Salvo can be good. Desert Stew, also a good card. A Cool is cool in the right deck, but this is not the right deck. Mindbreak Trap, if I'm in blue, this could be a pretty ridiculous... Oh no, this is Mindbreak Trap. Never mind. This is just okay. Plan the Heist, not really what we're doing. So yeah, I think just staying in my lane, taking a green card is pretty good here. This has a lot of value attached to the body, so I like that. This can also be a 4/4 by the time that I play this, and so that's nice. And this is already a 4/4. This is good if I get one of these later, or one of these later, I'd be happy for it. But I'm just happy to take the Stubborn Burrow Fiend right now. Tumbleweed Rising, I don't want to take first. So this is where we're going to start looking at options. So Getaway Glamour is nice. It destroys a creature. Prosperity Tycoon, what does this do? Get a mercenary, and then you can sacrifice it to give it indestructible. That's pretty good. It's also a 4/2. And I do like that +4 power for the Beast Spawn Outcaster. But we kind of want to look at black as an option too. This lets me get cards from my graveyard. Okay, so that's that. I also like this as a piece of removal. So we're either on Prosperity Tycoon, which is a 4-mana 4/2 that can get indestructible, or Desert Stew. I think because these two want me to play black, I'm more likely to take Desert Stew or Skullduggery or Vault Plunderer over the white card. So I'm gonna lean black here. And we get paid off with a Blood Hustler. That's a pretty good card. It's a good card. It does want me to do the crime committing thing, and I think Cactarantula just might be better for the type of deck that I'm playing, which is just a big bruiser type deck. Yeah, I mean, this is really good in a crime deck, but I don't know how often I'm going to be trying to commit crimes here. I'm just trying to play big bruisers and ankle biter, I guess, early on, but I like this as a payoff here, so we'll take this first. All right, we'll take the Dredger. This is a way to potentially ramp myself out into one of these big creatures. We are passing Vault Plunderer, which I like as well, and there's some good white cards here. I'm surprised that the Airings is still around, but passing a Bristling Backward as well, but I think, the black is flowing, so I should take that. All right, I could take another Cactarantula. Actually, I like Betrayal at the Vault as well, but it's very expensive, and I think just taking the black-green desert here is going to be a little bit more helpful than either of these right now, because I don't know how many of these are going to play, right? And these are both 6 drops, whereas I can just take this and really short up my mana here, so we'll take that. And Mourner Surprise can get me back the Cactarantula or the Bristleblood Farmer or whatever else I happen to mill, and so I like that. You know, if I was playing red, this is kind of like some fun stuff, but I gotta try something new, so we're gonna take the Mourner Surprise here. Ooh, do I want another Mourner Surprise? Is it better than Gold Pan? Probably. This does let me ramp a little, which is nice, and does offer a little bit of fixing if I need it. Yeah, I'll take... I don't think I'm gonna play 2 Mourner Surprises, so I'll take the Gold Pan here. Alright, Giant Beaver is a fine 4/4. It does what it needs to in its curve. I'm passing Tornado, which I do like, but I'd rather just have... I need to make sure that my deck is shored up with all of its, you know, major players first. So there's that. I'm not going to play any of these, so I'll just take... I think I'll probably take Stop Cold, because I'm not going to be able to... I shall take Steer Clear. I'm not going to be able to really play any of these anyways, so... I'll take the Desert here, though. I'd probably still play it as an offland. We'll take the white card, since I already took a couple other white cards. And then, oh, Gold Vein Hydra. I don't have to look at anything else. This is... I was only able to cast this once, and it didn't do much the last time I cast it. But I was also so far behind that it didn't matter. I think... Yeah, I think that this is the easy pick here. It's just... It could be as big as I would need it. I would like to get some more ramp to make this good, but I think that is a good pick here. Wouldn't mind the Paladin coming back around. I don't want the Buzzard, I guess, but maybe the Binding Negotiation. We'll take the... We're easily taking the Hydra here. Okay, Badlands Revival is pretty cool. Getting the stuff that I build back in. This can sacrifice stuff, but that's not really what we're trying to do here. We're not necessarily a sacrifice deck. Laughing Jasper Flint is pretty cool if you're in the Outlaws deck. That's not what we're doing. Snakeskin Veil is also really cool, but I think I'm just going to take the Badlands Revival. I think it is a good late game card. It can really help me get back some of my big beats, and yeah, we'll take that. Alright, Fake Your Own Death, nah. Reach for this guy, not really. So this is kind of a weaker pack for me. None of this is stuff that I really want. I guess like Skullduggery or maybe Fake Your Own Death is a bit more what my deck is interested in. Just being able to protect my creatures from dying, and then getting it back with the treasure is probably a little bit better than Skullduggery in my particular deck. Although this can get some pretty fun blowouts if I have the crime thing, but we'll take Figure of Death for now. We'll see if it survives the cut. I don't really like this. I guess I could try to play in like Comball. What is this? No, this is not what we're doing. This is definitely not what we're doing. We don't want Step Between Worlds. I guess we could try playing Jolene if I could get some way to splash her in. I think the Tumbleweed Rising is just not going to happen in my deck, really. I could also do this as a way to... I don't really make creatures I don't want to sacrifice, so I think Jolene is probably the way to go here. I don't know if we'll play her, but I don't know if we can get the right fixing. Rustine we do want. This is a 2-for-1. It's a 3/2 that gets me a creature card back from my graveyard. It also reduces the cost of my creatures, and so, you know, if I can get some more big guys, then it is great. It's 3 mana. Sentry wouldn't be bad in my deck, but we'll easily just take Rustine here. Here we could take the Assassin. We could take Gold Rush. I think this kind of trick is fine as a one-of, although I think maybe having the Varmint's not bad here. So it's one of these. This creates a treasure, though, so let's take the Gold Rush. I think that'll be helpful. We are back for more. We'll do it, I think. A little better than the Overzealous Muscle for my deck. I think this is the last of this type of card that I want, though. But it gets a creature from my graveyard and then lets me bash with it, which is pretty good. So I think that's what I want. area at the Beguiler is not in my colors, so yeah, we'll just take this. We're gonna have to look for some ramp or for some little creatures. Okay, we'll just play the varmint here. That's a 2-drop. And then here, oh man, Lion Link Breaker. We'll take the Buzzard, I guess. I don't know if that's gonna see any play here. And then maybe the Binding Negotiation. Do I have enough creatures here? Not a lot, huh? I can take this as a way to rip a card out of my hand. I don't know about this. Yeah, I'll just put this here for now. Reach for this guy. Yeah, that's a trick. I don't know if I'm going to play that. It's kind of expensive. And it has high blowout potential. Yeah, I definitely need more creatures. I need a little bit more payoff and some kind of ramp. I don't want Corrupted Conviction. This is not really the right deck for that effect. This is like more of like the tokens, mercenaries, outlaws, maybe like a red deck that can steal your opponent's creatures type of effect. That's not what we're doing here. We're just beats, big beats. Wouldn't mind some more self-mill cards like that green self-mill card. This could see play in my deck actually. It slows things down at the beginning, and then I can get my cards that I want not in my graveyard back into my deck. It only goes at the bottom, so it's not great. I don't think I'm gonna play it. Yeah, we're gonna put it over here for now. Vraska. Oh, okay. What is this? A 3/3. When a creature dies, you get a treasure. Yeah, that's not bad. What am I passing? The Apothecary. Whenever you commit a crime, that's okay. Path to Exile is not in my colors. Consuming Ashes. So I'd take Vraska and pass Consuming Ashes. It doesn't. I feel like Consuming Ashes might be the better pick, but I'm not going to pass a mythic this early in the format when I'm still trying to figure out what the heck is going on. So we'll take Vraska, recognizing that maybe the Apothecary or the Consuming Ashes is the actual correct pick to take here. It's on color. I don't think we need 2 of these. I'll take another Desert Stew as a removal spell. Passing the Ankle Biter, I think, is the one thing that I think I'm passing. Gigapede could see play, but I think we'll just take the Desert Stew. Alright, Dance of Tumbleweed, I like this. I am passing the Mirage Mesa, which I do want, but I think being able to get the desert that I need, or the basic land that I need, and then create an XX Elemental is kind of what this deck is wanting to do. So this is good. Yeah, we're not passing anything we feel too bad about. So let's take that. Then we'll take the Mirage Mesa here. I think there's another desert is good. We don't need the Morning Surprise. This is one of my colors, so it is interesting. But this is a lot more flexible, and that's probably better than the 1 damage here, because we're not really committing crimes in this deck. So yeah, we'll take the Mirage Mesa here. Really would like some of those 2 mana ramp spells though, but we haven't found any. So I think we're more on like just kill stuff. All right. So that's okay. Let's see. Full steam ahead. That's more like going wide. So I think we're on the Possum or on the Free Starter Commando, and it gets +1/+2, and then I can bounce them back. Let's see. What am I gonna bounce back? That's interesting. Oh, the Beast Monitor is not bad to bounce back. It's not great, but I think it's still okay to take over their commando here. And then Trash a Town, I think, is fine. I could also take a Mirage Mesa, so that's interesting. I think that because I have big creatures, this is good. I would like some more big creatures, though. Trail at the Vault. I think Grizzly is what I want here. Wouldn't mind the Vault Plunderer either, so either is fine, but we get a little bit more out of this in my deck, just because of the power 4 situation here. We'll take the Commando here. Happy to take that over the Full Steam Ahead. Again, not quite what we're trying to do, because we need more creatures for that to be good. We'll take the Ankle Biter. Let me see. When you commit a crime, target creature you control gains menace or lifelink until end of turn. Do we want that instead of the Ankle Biter? It could be better. Let's take that here. And then a Ambush Gigapede. Probably a good payoff at the end. Boneyard Desecrator I'm taking just because it's black, but I'm probably not playing that. Again, that's not quite what this deck is trying to do. And so we are going to have to make some choices here. I think I needed to take this just because I need more stuff to bring back. We're going to take the uncommon, not play that. And, oh, Skullduggery. I could possibly play that. Alright. So we have a black-green deck here, and we're just going to try to figure out how to make this work. Black-green. We could splash white as a possibility, but I don't think any of those white cards are worth splashing. And then Tomb Trawler is there. I guess playing this is still fine because... Alright. Let's see. This is a 2-2. This is a 2-2, but that can get bigger. Gold Rush is a trick. This is good. This is fine to ramp me. This will get back one of my big guys. Fake Your Own Death. Okay, so this is questionable. Buzzard's questionable. Gorgons is questionable. We don't have a lot of direct removal, so the Desert Stew is definitely needing to stay. Beaver we have to keep. Reach of the Sky. I don't think I want this one. It's a little too prone to getting blown out. Back for More is pretty good on the top end here. Badlands Revival is similar to Back for More in that it's a bit of advantage. Definitely want the Cactarantula. I think I'm going to keep the Ambush Gigapede just as another big thing to bring back. And this can sometimes kill a thing off the second ability, or the -1/-1. This also gets things back. I do get the activated abilities of whatever the treasure is, right? When it comes back, it's also a treasure with tap sacrifices and lose other card types, but it doesn't lose its abilities. So this is a good thing to keep. Not amazing, don't get me wrong, but 3/3 Death Toucher is not bad for 3 mana. And then just sometimes stealing your opponent's abilities from their creatures, it's not the worst thing in the world. I think this is okay. I just need to saddle it, and it hits decently. We don't have a ton of little creatures, unfortunately. So I think one of the things that we have to do, we definitely have to keep the Varmint, because we don't have a lot of little creatures. And I think we need to keep some of these 3-drops just because we don't have a lot of little creatures. So we're going to cut probably Fake Your Own Death. I think we have enough stuff going on in getting my cards back that we don't need that. This is a bit more of an expensive spell than it lets on with the 1 mana. It's really like a 3 mana. I'm not really going to use a target creature gains trample. Most of the time it's going to be used as a +2/+2 counters. And then sometimes drawing cards off of the combat damage thing. So, you know, sometimes 3, sometimes 4 mana. Once in a while it might be even 5 mana. That's probably alright there. Mortar Surprise. I think because I have Badlands Revival and Back for More, Mortar Surprise is probably the least important one of these. So we'll punch this away and then get these 2 back. Dance of Tumbleweeds is good. Yeah, we definitely want that one. Gold Pan is that might get cut. Let's see. Beast Bond, we like that. We like the Grizzly. This is fine. This is fine. Yeah, the Possum's not as good because there's less small creatures to what do you call it? Saddle it. But and the returning those creatures to the owner's hand almost doesn't matter. Like this, I don't care about returning. This, I don't care about returning. This, I don't care about returning. Outcaster would be good to return, I think. Free Starter Commando could get returned to some sort of benefit. Honest Rust Gene getting returned is not the worst thing in the world because it'll get me my creatures back from the graveyard. So yeah, okay, there's enough stuff. It's just that I don't have like little creatures for the most part. I have three 2/2s, right? But I think that's probably good enough for this 3/3. Otherwise, it's just a 3/3 for 3, and that's perfectly fine as it is, I think. All right, so we got to cut a handful more cards here. Let's see. Maybe Gold Rush. I do like that. It lets me ramp up and smash. And then Deserts can be even better if I have more Deserts. It's one of the reasons why I'm playing this Creosote Heath. There's not a lot of effects that really care about that additional Desert, but again, I can get the Desert with Dance of Tumbleweeds, and then the Deserts do get stronger for the Desert as well. And the Commit Crime does matter for the Rattleback Apothecary. I think the 3/2 with Death Touch, it's kind of a weird body to have Death Touch, but the fact that I can give my creatures Menace or Lifelink can make a big difference when it happens. And I have what? 1, 2, 2 spells. Well, I guess the Back for More is 3 spells that can really trigger the Committed Crime, so these 2 lands will help increase that. I wonder if the Apothecary is actually on one of the weaker cards that I could remove from the deck as a result of that. The fact that I do make treasures off of this is good, and this, so that makes the Gold Rush a little bit better as far as tricks go. So I'm trying to cut 2 more cards here, right? Yeah, maybe the Apothecary is just a little on the too weak side, so we'll cut this. It just doesn't play in well to what I'm trying to do. I might want this Boneyard Desecrator back, actually, interestingly enough. Just as a body for its cost, but I think I can do without it. So now I just need to make one more cut. It's probably going to be Gold Pan. Yeah, I mean, is it going to get one of my 3s up to 4 to trigger the Beast Bond? I don't think so, right? I guess this. Honest Rustin, Vraska, I guess there is a place for this in the deck, but am I really going to take advantage of that? Or do I just cut Skullduggery? Like, I think my deck is just a little too big for this to matter. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think I have enough effects that Skullduggery is probably less interesting for my deck. So I cut that over the Gold Pan. Is that correct? Or should I be taking Skullduggery instead of Gold Pan? I think because 1, 2, 3 cards, actually this command of 4 cards could really use the benefit, even the Buzzard, if I can get a counter on it on the death trigger. That's probably enough to make this good, to be able to cast the Outcaster after that for the power 4 or greater effect. Yeah. And then it makes these big enough to saddle the giant beaver is also not a bad thing. So, alright, we'll cut the Skullduggery here. And then this will be the deck that I am going to play here. I don't have ramp aside from the Gold Rush. So this is a bit of a slower deck. Not the Gold Rush, the Tumbleweed. Oh, I guess I have the Treasure Dredger, the Gold Rush, and the Gold Pen as ways of ramping as well. So, alright, I guess this is a deck. We're a lot more green than we are black. So let's see how we're doing here. We have black 8 black sources, 9 green sources, and a Mirage Mesa. That seems good. I think that this is a deck. It's not an amazing deck. I think that it could be better, but it is the deck that we have, so it is the deck that we're going to play. Alright, before we call it a night, we're just going to just double check black and white. Yeah, we have some black cards. Seems a decent way to go for now. So that's going to be it for me. We'll open some packs and call it a night, and we'll be back to play this tomorrow. We have our, let's see, Murders Karlov Manor pack here. This is not an amazing group of cards here. This, I think of all of these, I'm most likely to be taking the Nervous Gardener, just because this is expensive for an aggro card, and then Form Familiar turned out to be less good because Bouncing Things was not as good in this format, and the body's a little bit small for what it is. Extractor Convention could be okay, but black was a bit of a weaker color, I think. So Nervous Gardener is the pick here. So with these alchemy cards, I'm just going to look at the alchemy cards and just think about those. So this is a, what is it? A Saint Elenda, and it's also a mythic. So I think I'm supposed to just choose this if I was going to look at this. When I just conjure a card of your choice from Saint Elenda spellbook to your hand, you may cast this card without paying its mana cost. That seems like pretty busted at the beginning of your end step. If you gain life this turn, create an XX where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. So theoretically, you can fly with her, do 4 damage, gain life, cast a Face Fetters, also get 4 life from, get a 4/4 white avatar creature token from that. Yeah, that's probably pretty bonkers. What other spells? You can get Face Fetters, Inspiring Cleric, that's 4 life, Invoke the Divine, 4 life, Ritual of Rejuvenation, 4 life, draw a card. Yeah, that's pretty bonkers. No matter what, you're gonna get that 4/4. And then you either, what is it? Remove a creature from battlefield, basically a type of removal. Get a 3/2, destroy an artifact or enchantment, or draw a card. Yeah, that's easy. I don't even need to look at what does this do though, just out of curiosity. Okay, so you bite, and then you can force them to discard a card with the greatest value. That's pretty cool. Not better than this. Deals combat damage. Target opponent's library when you cast a spell you don't own. What is Heist? Look at the 3 non... Oh, interesting. Okay. So you steal one of your opponent's cards. Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. I'm still not going to take it over St. Elenda, so that is that. Then let's take a look at this Thunder Junction pack, and we'll call it a night here. Boom. Alright, what do we got? Botanical Centum, not taking that first. Terminal Agony, I don't think I'm taking first either. Here's the problem, okay, with this pack here. Longhorn Sharpshooter is probably the strongest card in the pack, but it's also red, which in my experience is a weaker color, unless you're playing a bit more aggressive. It's probably the card that I take, just because it is a nice 2-for-1. You plot it, you kill an X2, and then you have this guy. Tim, yes, Heist. It does look pretty ridiculous. I 100% agree, and it's not in a format that I normally play, so hopefully I'll never have to deal with it. But yeah, I think in this pack, the Longhorn Sharpshooter is the pick for me, but I think there is an argument for like taking the Bristleback Sentry because green is so strong, or maybe Terminal Agony just for fun. Yeah. Man, Tim, I hope you were on the first hand part where you were actually casting it. Oh, never mind. Sorry, man. I am sorry to hear that. But that is going to be it for me. Thank you for dropping in at the end here to share your broken experience, and I hope that in the future you're the one doing the breaking. But this is the end of the stream. If you enjoyed the stream, hit the like button. If you'd like to see more of my streams, you can hit subscribe. This is Refresh. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Good night.